When couples split, it can get very messy, especially when kids are involved. And for tips on how to keep things civil in a split, we ask a lawyer. Lonny Balbi from Balbi & Company is here to offer some advice. Sticky stuff, Lonny. Sticky
it's
stuff.
all interesting. It's all interesting. In my business, it's interesting.
In your business, it's interesting. For other people, it's really tough to navigate. So we're going to help. Let's start with sort of the basics. If a couple is splitting, do you have to go to court to sort things out, or can you just do it on your own if it's amicable?
No, you don't have to go to court to actually get the document, the divorce document. You could just actually submit it to the court. The hardest part is getting the agreement, right? It's getting everything sorted out. If there's children, you have to deal with custody, access, child support. Sometimes there's spousal support and property division. Those are the main things that have to be dealt with in any separation. But a lot of people, they go to mediation, or there's actually a free process through the courts. It's called the DRO, or Dispute Resolution Officer. You can go see one of these people for free. They'll give you an hour of time, and they'll help you try to sort things out. And we try to encourage people to actually stay out of court. We don't want them to go to court. That's the new mantra in our business.
Right.
Stay out of court.
Okay. And what about? I mean, if it's truly an amicable, if they can come to terms on their own, are there documents that need to be notarized, or if everything is signed by the couple, can that be that? Yeah,
they're usually, again, as I said, the hard part is getting the agreement. And so usually at the end of that process, you prepare a separation agreement. Now, in Alberta, we sort of require, our laws require that the parties actually have to attend separate lawyers to sign up that agreement, to actually sign it. They can do all the work. And I guess, I mean, in some cases, you might not even need to do that. If the people are amicable, it's just a good idea, in my view, to have it finished off, get the agreement signed, and then it doesn't have to be an expensive process. You know that I think a lot of your questions are kind of focusing in that you want to try to keep things both amicable and you don't want to spend a lot of money. And there's lots of ways to do that. Again, if you get people to try to work together, and which is often hard to do, right? At the end of a relationship, there's a lot of emotional stuff. But one of the main tools that we use is we send people to mediation, get them into mediation, which is actually mediation is just a situation where the husband and wife go before a third party, and they just negotiate with this third party, and it works really well.
And now, if it sort of gets to the point beyond amicable and things are a little bit messy, and there are children involved, is there a way to keep them from getting sort of used as pawns?
Right, and that's, every parent you meet with, they will always tell you they do not want to put the kids in the middle of this thing. Unfortunately, sometimes they do. They just don't know the rules. How do you keep the kids out of the middle of the divorce? What you do is you've got to really try to insulate them from what's going on. And the biggest way of doing that, I'll tell you that the studies will show you that the worst thing for children in a separation is conflict.
Yes.
Conflict. And so if people can avoid that conflict, and what I mean by avoiding the conflict is not just being in a separate room and you guys can have a fight, but the kids can overhear that, or they know what's going on. It's better, I mean, again, through the mediation process, sometimes we get psychologists involved to try to help the people reduce that level of conflict. In fact, one of the things that happens is when two people separate, there's a mandatory course that's required for people with children, and it's called Parenting After Separation. And it's a course that teaches people to, you got to keep the kids out of the middle of this. You guys can deal with this stuff. You're adults. Get it done that way. And you do not want to involve the children in this. It's a much better system than we've seen even 20 years ago.
Now, Lonny, if there was one final point that you wanted to hit home to couples who are going through something like this, what would it be?
Well, if there's children, I can't stress enough about keeping that conflict down. If you can do it in an amicable way, if you can do it in a friendly way, try to do that. And talk to somebody that knows what they're doing in this area, and they'll direct you in a proper way, right? A lot of people, you hear different things. People will tell you, friends will say, oh, you should do this and you should do that. Be careful with that kind of advice. Talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, and they will direct you in a way that's positive for you.
And if they want to talk to somebody from Lonny Balbi & Company, how do they do that?
They give us a call if they want. That's fine, yes.
And we'll put links on our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. Thanks for coming in. It's great to see you as always.
Thank you.